Hi, my name's Alisa Donner, and I'm with PregnancyAwarenessMonth.com, and it's the end of summer. We need to get some last-minute trips in there. We've been talking about traveling while you're pregnant with newborns. So my neighbor across the street, her name is Carrie, and she has 3 children under the age of 6, and they went on a weekend vacation when her daughter was 2 months old. So I'm going to introduce you to Carrie right now, and here's Carrie. Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
So you went on a weekend vacation.
Yes.
You had fun.
Yep.
3 children under 6.
Yes.
1 was 2 months old.
Mm-hmm.
You drove or flew?
We drove to San Francisco from Los Angeles.
Okay, so tell us, give us some tips. We've got some moms here that are probably shaking their head going, how the heck am I supposed to do that? What did you do? How did you make it work?
Well, we chose to drive. We felt that gave us more flexibility with stops for breastfeeding, stops for potty. But just keep in mind that it will take your drive a lot longer than you would drive without kids. So a 6-hour drive turned into 9 hours for us on the way up.
So that's 3 extra hours.
Yes, and we probably I had a baby that was breastfeeding every 2 hours, and each time we stopped for 20 or 30 minutes. We stopped for an extra long lunch to give the kids a break and stretch their legs. And there were several other potty breaks necessary, so it all adds up.
And you had to stop to breastfeed because
you can't take your baby out of an infant car seat while you're driving.
There you go. Remember that, people. So you have to add this. It takes some calculation then before you go. You need to get out your calculator before you go.
I would give it some thought, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that way, that's why you're still smiling, because you're like, you thought it through. So you're driving and you've got, what do you have in the car to entertain the kids?
Well, they each packed a little backpack with a couple toys that were small that they could play with on their own. And then they had art supplies to do and books to read, and there's a nap to count on. And we also had some portable DVD players, and they could each watch a movie for a little bit of time.
So the baby and the 2-year-old napped?
Yes.
Okay, well that's nice. Yeah. Okay, and you had separate DVD players?
We had separate DVD players for because baby was in the middle and the boys were on the side.
Oh, wow. Okay, and you had a minivan?
We had a minivan, so plenty of room for all the gear and kids.
All right, sounds good. So you went there, you went to San Francisco, so I'm going to assume you stayed in a hotel.
We did. We were there for only 2 or 3 days for a weekend. A hotel's really the only way to do that for a weekend trip. My advice would be a large junior suite that has a separate room for the kids to be in for their bed.
So you had one of those extra, everybody's in one room, and it doesn't really work that well because you need a door to close and some separation.
I think it's helpful. Yeah, we ended up with technically a junior suite, but it was all one large room. So we had the space, but not necessarily the separation that could have been helpful, I think.
Giving everybody the privacy they need.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we've got our tips here, right? So we've got our tips, which is you can have fun. That's the first thing. Tip number 1 is you can have fun. You need to plan, right?
Yes.
You need to, if you're going to drive, you need to identify that there's going to be extra hours for feeding, going to the bathroom. You need to pack snacks. What's your favorite snack? What was the best snack to take?
Red vines.
Hey, red vines. Okay, organic red vines, I'm sure. Now,
sure.
Hey, you know what? You do what you need to do. And separate entertainment activities, DVD players, crayons. Get a suite that has some place for you to close a door to have some privacy.
And look up local playgrounds and ask the concierge at the hotel to make sure it's a good neighborhood before you venture out.
Ooh, there's a story there we'll have to talk about later. Okay, thanks so much, Carrie.
All right, thank you.
All right.